He was mid-30s, with a soldier's short haircut. Bosch placed the other man at about 30, with dyed blonde hair. He studied their body sizes and movements, and compared them to what he recalled of the videos from the pharmacy shooting and the drop-off and pickup at Whiteman. Could these two be the shooters? It was impossible to know for sure, but Bosch believed that there was a clue in the apparent casualness with which the men in the room had abused the women. They had most likely drugged her, raped her, and left her unclothed on the couch. Bosch believed any man who did that was capable of the same casualness when it came to murder. His gut told him these were the two men who had gunned down Jose Esquivel and his son, and they would lead him to Santos. Bosch saw a reflection of light on the aluminum skin of the mobile home and turned to see a man with a flashlight approaching. He quickly ducked down and then moved back toward the vans and slipped into the channel between them. "Hey!" He had been spotted. He moved to the rear of the vehicles and had to make a decision. He quickly dropped below the window level of the vans and moved back up on the outside of the van farthest from the mobile home. The man with the flashlight came running up and proceeded down the passage between the vans, the last place he had seen the intruder. Bosch waited a second and broke for the corner of the trailer. He knew if he could get there, he could use the structure as a blind between him and the flashlight. As he ran, he heard the man talking feverishly and realized he must have a radio. That meant there might be at least one other person in the camp on security patrol. Bosch made it to the corner of the trailer without drawing another shout. He pressed hard against the wall and looked around the edge. He located the flashlight out near the generator. That gave him an almost 50-yard lead. He was about to break for the encampment when he saw another flashlight moving down a pathway in his direction. Bosch had no choice. He charged to his left, hoping to get to the cover of an old RV before the second searcher spotted him. Lungs burning, he passed the back end of the RV before being hit with a light. He heard more voices and shouting and realized the commotion had drawn the Russians out of the mobile home to see what was going on. Bosch kept moving, even as fatigue from the exertion started to grip him. He followed the edge of the camp all the way around until he reached the portable toilets. He thought about hiding inside one, but decided against it. He turned and entered the camp and started following the pathway back to the bus. He walked casually after using his shirt to wipe the sweat off his face. He didn't make it. In the clearing behind the bus, they were waiting. Bosch was hit with the lights first, and then shoved to the ground from behind. "What the fuck you think you're doing?" a voice said. Bosch held his hands up off the dirt and sand and splayed his fingers. "I was just using the toilet," he called out. "I thought that was okay. Nobody told me I couldn't leave the—" "Get him